Liz had asked me to be the treasurer of the club. Hey Scott, we have a treasurer position open. I know you work in accounting. You know, what do you think? And me being the team player that I was, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll take it. So before I even did my first speech, I was Samuel in the treasurer role. And I remember so distinctly, like it was yesterday, that first TLI that I went to, Toastmasters Leadership Institute training. I was blown away. I was hooked. I was like, wow, there's more to it than just coming to these meetings at noon once or twice a month. And it just broadened my scope, my vision, and my skills amazingly over the course of all the years that I've been involved in stuff outside of this room. Not what about you?
If I had to summarize this, I would probably say addiction, social addiction. Going to a TLI meeting, the first time you go in there is it's very overwhelming. But then you go to the next one, and you go to the next one, and next thing you know, you start seeing familiar faces. Hey, I saw you there. Hey, I don't remember your name, but I see. And then little by little, you start getting familiar with other people. And then one of the best ones that I have done is the tech meetings when you become a district officer, because then these people that you see in PLIs, now you see them more often, and then we all talk, and it becomes kind of like a family outside. It's kind of weird, right? Because you get to see these people over and over, and everybody's on the same goal, and you talk, hey, how you doing? Hey, how are you? You don't talk about, hey, what level are you? What is your speech level? No, you talk about anything in general. So that's what I think is one of the things I got the most out of those training is the familiarity and having new family.
Yeah, and that stands for District Executive Management, right?
That's correct. Yes.
So if you become an officer outside of your club, if you go to the area level or the division level and become an officer, you become part of a bigger family called the District Executive. Kat.
For me, one of the biggest benefits outside of the club has been the TLI meetings because I mentioned learning how to network and talk to people in here, but eventually this becomes, my safe space and everything is, this is, this is where we live. But then going through TLIs, I'm out of my element and I'm back into that awkward, I don't feel so secure anymore, but I still push myself to try to meet the new people, talk to them, and find out, who else is a VPM, and let's share ideas. And it's a really good opportunity to get new ideas from other people, both for Toastmasters and also some of the presentations can relate to skills that you can take to your own job as well. So it is a really good opportunity for those.
Same.
I haven't been to outside meetings or contests, so I've been with people training. And I have to say that maybe because I was an officer in the previous club, but I don't feel like I got much help from actual training. But what I would say is, same as Kathy, interacting with people from other clubs and teaching is probably one thing.
Great. Barbara, how are we doing on that?
We are at 25 minutes and 17 seconds.
25. Okay, I'll start pointing out and maybe not going through the whole panel for my next couple questions.
Okay.
But listen carefully because I might point to As a new Toastmaster, why should our new members consider an officer position? Kathy.
Right here, so from your speech last week, you talked about jumping in. So just jumping in and being a leader in the Toastmasters Officer Club is really jumping in and getting involved with Toastmasters, learning all the behind the scenes while you're also learning how to be just a regular member as well. So it kind of gives you just an all-encompassing view of the club, the possibilities, and how you can grow in different areas at the start.
Like what Kathy is saying, it's going to help you to grow in areas that you know not of right now. There's some dimensions that possibly other people can see potential that others can see that you cannot see. Those are those hidden areas. I forget what that special training is. It has a different 4 quadrants, and there's one quadrant that you're not aware, others can see, but you're not aware of some of the growth areas that you have as potential. Leadership seems to bring that out, as well as speaking. Brings that out, puts you in touch with you. At least that's what it's doing for me. And other than speech contests, leadership opportunities do that. I've heard a quote I want to share. It's about growth, and it kind of describes what I'm expressing here, and that's there is no growth in your comfort zone, and there's no comfort in your growth zone. So every time I'm moving toward uncomfortability, like this weekend is the uncomfortability, looking at the potential, the fear of the new position, the new step, and I'll share that fear from Zig Ziglar. I like his acronym he uses, false evidence appearing real. It really isn't. It's all in your mind. It really is something we make up in our mind. All we do is step out on faith, and those steps will start to form. They'll start to form. Keep believing. Get around others that believe.
Awesome. Next question. How has your experience as an officer at Toastmasters compared to other leadership opportunities that you've had in your life? Marcus, you talked a little bit about another group that you were involved with. Can you give us some insight on this question?
You know, that was the question I thought I really was answering.
Can you get a little bit more specific, though?
You know, I was a part of a community activist organization, and, you know, I was in the leadership role there.
What was
And
the organization, I'm sorry?
it's called the Columbus Peacemakers.
Peacemakers.
And, you know, being a part of that organization was a great experience because it did push me. We were actually kind of national, so it did push me to go beyond, out of my comfort zone, and to try to accomplish things that normally I wouldn't be able to accomplish, with great tasks. But it was a lot of politics, ebb and flow in it. You know, we had a lot of individuals who were part of the organization who had agendas, you know, what you would call hidden agendas and things like that. And so it just made it really not the mission of the organization was mainly my focus, not so much I didn't really enjoy it that well.
Great. Is any of our other leaders? Yes.
I was previously the VP of Technology for the Utah chapter of the Association of Training and Development, and my experience there was different. We had a more regular officer meetings, but those were like phone conferences that we did like every other week. But the overall meetings for the entire group were only once a month lunch and learns, and you got free lunch, which was nice. I got to get out of the office, but those were kind of like hit and miss, and I feel like coming here and participating, you're getting more out of just being there instead of, all right, I got free taco buffet and this presentation is okay, but at least I got free food. So I feel like not only being an officer in the club, it gives you more opportunity to grow instead of just getting free food. And also over there, we didn't have the in-person officer trainings that we have here. So I mentioned I really like the TLI trainings because it gives you an opportunity to network, and we were the only chapter in the entire state. So any officer meeting was kind of like online webinars, but it was hard to engage with, it was hard to get to know other people and get ideas from other clubs. So we were very isolated and could only grow with our own ideas. So having this sort of ability to bounce ideas through other clubs and other areas, districts, is a really great aspect of Toastmasters that I didn't have before.
Next question. What would you have liked to have done differently in your first stint as a club officer? Pardon?
Since this is my only stint as a club officer, I would like to have been better prepared for the secretary role, meaning if I had a chance to actually spend time with the previous secretary, maybe 2 or 3 meetings, and really get a full understanding of what the role consists of, as opposed to self-teaching myself. I think that would have helped me to be better prepared and to be a better secretary.
But she's done an outstanding job self-teaching. hasn't
Y'all
she?
love my emails. Thank
How about another officer? Any regrets or anything you changed from your first time being an officer?
So first time I was an officer, I took somebody else's position. They were sergeant of arms that left the company. And everybody kept asking me, why don't you become a president? Why don't you become a VPE? And I was afraid because I didn't understand what entitles, what is it that I needed to do. So I was moving from VPN to BBPR, and then eventually I moved. I have enough understanding of how the club function, how the goals function. Eventually I decided to become a president because I knew at that point what I needed to do. I think if I were to do it again, I would probably start even lower. Just to,
Awesome. That is a great segue. I have a handout. I wanted everybody to take one and pass it down, please. So you have, this is an explanation of what each of our officer roles are in Toastmasters, and what they do. It's not specific. It's more along the lines of how do things that you do in your officer role at Toastmasters apply to your life outside of Toastmasters, which is something that's really helpful to know when you're getting involved with something. You want to know how the skills I gain or what I'm going to be doing affects what I'm doing outside of this club. So that's a perfect segue for that. I want to close by having a little Q&A. Those of you who are not on the panel, and if you're on the panel and you have a question for a specific member of the panel, I want to open up the last 5 minutes to have a little Q&A session. Does anybody have a question for one of our panel? Yes?
Is it possible to do a double job?
Absolutely. Every year, the only officer position that has to turn over every year is the president. We have to have a different president every year. But all of the other officer roles are a free game. You can continue in the same officer role, you can switch it up. Next month we'll be going through elections for our club, which is another big reason I wanted to have this discussion and have this idea and this concept thrown out there to the club. So think about that. If there's an officer role that you'd rather do or you'd like doing, we're going to take nominations, and you can nominate yourself, or you can have somebody else nominate you for a role that you might be interested in. Nick, you got any questions?
So my question.
All
I
right.
was going to ask about elections and nominations.
Yes, next month we'll be doing that. We'll have nominations, and then we'll have, haven't picked the date, which meeting that is yet, but we'll have the elections during May. Because in June, that starts the training portion, the TLIs and things like that, the club officer trainings that we've been making reference to, so that once July, the Toastmasters reporting year runs from July 1st through June 30th, so new officers will take their positions July 1st. Yes.
I have a question for you three audience members. Of the different roles that are on this sheet, which one do you find most interesting to your own development or that you see yourself doing? Your role. Maybe a membership.
Well, sergeant at arms looks like a terrible thing. Honestly, I mean, just ask me, right? So then I'd have to be a president to be past president. I think in other parts of my life, I've done treasury, secretary, education and president roles. And would say generally they're all, I mean, I don't have an opinion on one versus the other than Sergeant at Arms looks like something from the 17th century. I don't quite get what it is.
That's my guy.
Okay.
That sounded like a stump speech for a presidential run, didn't it? Sounds like he's wanting to jump right in there. How about you, Nick?
Well, I'm pretty big on public relations because it has a pretty large emphasis on the reason why I joined Toastmasters, which is networking and seminar involvement, things like that. It's one of the big reasons why I joined. So,
Great. Good question.
Can you be past president if you're not the president?
No.
I have a couple questions.
Okay.
How much time do you spend each month working on your role and when you meet?
And what do you eat?
When do you meet?
Oh.
Yeah, when do you
I'm
eat?
usually snacking.
So when do you eat?
I would say for secretary, I spend an average of 2 to 3 hours a day, twice a week, going through emails, creating emails, finding pictures for agendas, notes, things of that nature. And what was the second part of the question?
When do you guys meet?
When do we meet? We meet
Once a month. usually
once a month,
after-
typically once a month, either before or after a meeting.
Depends on the president. Everybody
Yeah.
has different viewpoints on how often you need to meet as officers. I've been in meeting groups and officers groups that meet once a quarter, that meet every other month, that meet every month. So it's just a matter of the president and the leadership and how the schedules can co-mingle. This group has probably been one of the most challenging to get together, all of us at the same time. So it just depends on the group.
I'd like to answer that if you want.